What's up, fellow Kingdom Hearts Union Crossers? By now, I'm pretty sure you've already seen all the new content that has been released as of today, which I'm going to go ahead and go over real quickly. So, as of today, well, the first thing you can see, we got the bonus jewels and special attack bonus campaign again, which is basically the thing they always do every once in a while, where it increases the percentages for the special attack, and also, of course, the jewels increase when you purchase the jewels, which, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it, I still think they need to increase this by this point, but it's what ifs, you know. Really, the important thing is the percentage. I like it when they do this because it gives me a chance, or gives all players a chance, should I say, to that have been holding on to their medals to possibly fully gilt their medals on one go. So, which is a big deal because obviously you want to make sure that your medals are fully gilted, and you don't really want to have to rely on getting multiples and multiples of a medal to get that percentage to its max. And you also don't want to be using so much magic mirror, so it's better to wait when the special campaign is for the special attack is available, so that way you use less medals and use less magic mirrors to get the max guild for a particular medal. So that's that. I mean, that's just the norm that they do every once in a while. One of the new things is the Vexen challenge. This is very interesting. It's new, and I kind of like how they're going about with this. I mean, obviously each time you progress through the quests, they get harder and harder. Uh, so unfortunately, if you're not in a position where you have those top tier medals, it might be a little bit more difficult for you. But with the new content that they've been releasing for the banners recently, you might actually have a really good chance of still going pretty far. And I'll explain with that right now in a bit. So, really interesting event. I've already gone through 3 of the quests so far, which is where I'm going to get to right now, which made me really excited. Well, let me get to the other thing. The Vexen Falling Price Deal banner, which is really good because you do get those guaranteed pulls for those medals that are really. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't put the Sora uh, Final Form medal, because they did make the Riku coat and the Leon medal available in this banner as guaranteed pulls, which are very good medals still. They're very good medals to still have. Uh, Especially the Leon and the Sora one, because I use those in my fairy Keyblade. But I'm surprised they didn't put the Sora in this one. I mean, the other medals, the Zexon and the what was it, Neku, are pretty good. I'm not so sure about the Lark Serene, but she's still a decent medal, I guess. I don't really use her. I still use the Zexon though, especially in the Coliseum for whenever I'm facing against a round that it has become a wall for me, and so I rely on my Zexon medals, which I have 2 that have both extra cast on, which is very good. Because it helps for the defense. That's why I like the Zexon. And then the Neku, the world ends with you, should I say, is a decent medal as well. So, but really what really makes this banner really good is because you can get the Black Coat Riku and the HD Kingdom Hearts 2 Leon, which are still very viable medals in this game right now. Uh, but this new Vexen medal is pretty decent as well. I mean, it does have a pretty good skill where it increases the reverse strength and defense by 1 for 2 turns. Keep in mind you, and also increases the strength and magic defense by 3. Uh, so if you go against Heartless that are magic based, your defense for magic has gone up. It also decreases the target strength by 2, which is a really big deal because you do want them to make the targets less strong. So this weakens their strength so that they don't hurt you with big hits. So it's a big deal for those hard to get through quests, because the less damage they do to you, the better, obviously. And not only is it defensive, I mean, you're also increasing your defense as well. Especially so against a magic group, you'll do even better. But it's a really interesting new medal. It's not an EX, but it's still a really good medal to have. And I'll get to the part where that I was so happy about that right now. And so then, last but not least, there is the other banner, the Sora EX medal deal, which is a very good. I mean, it's one of those. I think it's, what is it? Deal 9 hits, 1 turn, targets upright defense by 2, and speed defense by 7. So it's a decent EX medal. It's, I mean, majority of these new medals with the defense down have been upright. I mean, there is some of the reverse medals like the is it Vanitas? I think it's Vanitas. Go back real quick. It should still be here. Where is it? And we got through so much content lately. I don't even know if it's still here. Let's see, limit time. Okay, there it is. So it's basically like the Vanitas, but for upright instead of the reversed. And I believe this one though does it by 2, and the new Sora one does it by 1. Let's recheck that real quick. Oh no, it does it by 2. So it's basically the opposite of the Vanitas. Of course, the Vanitas does the reverse and the power. This one does the upright and the speed. So it's still a very good medal to have, especially if your strongest setup is upright, which it is for me. So I probably pull for this one versus the Vanitas, especially also because you are guaranteed one of the other medals if you do not get the Sora one before the 5th pull, because as you can tell, this is a 5 mercy pull, so you will get it within 5 draws. It's a very good deal. I mean, you're guaranteed the one within the 5th pull. Hopefully you get also the trait medal, that goes with it within your pulls. If not, if you're actually willing to spend 30,000 jewels to get it twice to get the trait on it, then that's up to you. Preferably, I would go with the Vexen falling price deal because it's also another 5 mercy pull. But it costs less jewels each time you pull. So, and the reason I pulled for this one was because I did like I said, the Vexen event, and I got in the Vexen event, which I'll go back to real quick. In some of the events, you actually get the trait medal for the Vexen medal. So that's why if you recall, I said I went up to the quest 3. I got the trait medal, so I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull. So I went ahead and pulled for the banner, and I kid you not, on the first pull, I got the booster version of it. So I already have it guilty. It's not max guilty yet, but I didn't get a good trait, unfortunately. But that's not the point. The point is I did give it the trait so that I can increase the point value, and I got, blessed with the booster version of this medal. So I'm just going to use the other trait medals I get from the event, because they do give you a good number of the trait medals, assuming you get to that point and are able to complete the objectives. But finally, before I end this video, the last thing I want to talk about is the point value that this medal gets. As you can see, the point value for the Vexen is 80 with the trait, with one trait on it, is 96. So yes, as you can see, my spirits ranking is max ranked right now with all 96 point values, which finally allowed me to get to rank 9. And it's all thanks to that Vexen medal. I was very happy when I pulled it, and I was like, oh my god, please let it have the point value. And it did. It did. It had the 96 point value, which was the last one I needed to get unlock all of these skills, which the main ones I really wanted, which you will get at rank 9, are these 3 right here. The power attack boost, which raises your power strength 1 tier for 1 turn, ignores limit. Speed strength boost, and then the magic. So they all 3 of those are the same, except obviously for their attributes. So this is a big deal because it ignores the limits that you have for your buffing. So it'll apply. This will be applied to your other buffs, and it's good. I mean, it only does it for the 1 turn, but which is not a big deal because that's all you really need it for. You just need it for the 1 turn, especially when you're using this for a Coliseum, because you want to progress through all the rounds as much as you can with 1 turn victories. So this increase in buff is a very big deal, and it's good. I mean, Steel 2 is okay. Blast 2, I never really end up using the Blast. Sueña is really good though. I'll admit that, because it does give you that status element recovery, that 1 turn. But again, you want to be able to beat everything in 1 turn anyway, so you shouldn't have to rely on that. HP recovery obviously is a thing. And then the other last 3, which were unlocked in rank 8, were okay. The poison boost, the paralyzed boost, and the sleep boost. If you're the type of player that relies on the status elements effects against your opponents, against the Heartless, then these tricks are good for you. I don't really rely on that. I don't have any medals that do the poison, paralyze, or sleep, except for the few that I do have, but that's only for like those objectives that say you had to use like paralyze or sleep or poison. Those, other than that, I don't really rely on status elements. I just rely on defense and offense. So yeah, I was very excited when I got the Vexen medal on the first pull, and also a boosted version at that. So good luck to you guys. Going back to like saying which banners to pull, I would pull from the Vexen only because it is a falling price deal, and because you do get the trade medals in the event. Therefore, all you really need to do is just pull him once, and then just use the trade medals from the event to get the trait on it, and you're golden. I mean, if you want to get all traits, if you want to get another one, then pull for it twice, I guess, and then use trait medals from the event to give each of them a trait. But for me, I'm content with just the one. So I would pull from that one, and then obviously I would pull from this one, but make sure that you have at least 15,000 joules and pull one for it. I mean, if you want to pull for it twice, then you're going to need 30k joules, but I would suggest pull from this one only because you do get those guaranteed medals as well, which I forgot to go through real quick, but yeah, you do get a guaranteed one of these medals in each pull as well. So from what I've seen on their effects, they're pretty decent. Fingers crossed, I'm going to probably pull for this banner later, but fingers crossed, I do want that HD Riku replica, because having a copy medal is always a good thing, and it is a tier 8, and it's one of those that you put after a medal. So I've been wanting one of those for a while lately, but the reverse one, because we didn't have a reverse one, now we do have a reverse one, and it's power, which is very good for the fairy stars. So I'm going to try to pull for that one, but that will be later. And then the other ones, the armor is pretty good. It does the upright strength for 2 turns. Scar does the reverse strength, but only 1 tier, I believe. Yeah, it only does it for 1 tier, yeah. The Yuna, Riku, and Pain, outright strength, basically the same thing as Scar, but for upright. And it's also good for Lux farming, because if you notice, it does say it does more damage for Lux collected in the stage. And then the HD Zac, this one has a whole bunch of buffs and debuffs, I believe. So this one's also a good one to get. It gets the upright. It's only for one turn though, unfortunately, but it does do the upright strength by 1, strength by 4, targets defense upright defense by 1, and defense by 1. So pretty good buffing, debuffing metal. Its multiplier is pretty decent as well. The Leon and Blackcoat Riku are still better in multiplier, but this is still a good metal on its own right. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful. I know for me it was, because I'm just happy that I was able to finally rank up my spirit to max rank and get all the tricks I've been wanting, especially the power, speed, and magic boost. So that's about it, guys. Catch you later.